Hey guys, and welcome to another speed build. For this one, I am making the 4x4 challenge video. And a thing that I will mention now is that I am not using any cheats in the way that I'm not raising anything above floor level, which is a cheat you can use so you can raise the bed. But for some reason, I couldn't make that work. So for this one, it is all base game, following the rules, what you're allowed to do. So that is what I'm going to be doing for this build. And I really wanted it to look cute from the outside, and I actually thought I was going to make it pastel themed, but in the end there were so many things I constantly had to change and so many things that just didn't fit the theme, so I ended up just going for just a normal home, I guess. And I'm going to be moving things around a lot for this because normally when I do challenges I try to see if I can make it work first, but I knew this one was possible, so I was just gonna try and jump right in it like normal people do, and it took me very long to figure out where I could put things and what the limitations were and how close things could be but still be usable. So that was really hard for me, and there were some things I didn't include in this build which I normally would do in builds simply because I couldn't make room for it. But you can live in this house. You can still use this as a starter home. It works perfectly fine. You can survive, you can make food, you can do all the things you need to do, and I tested everything along the way to make sure, so don't worry, it works. For some reason in this build, my biggest challenge was a sink. And that was because I couldn't fit it in the bathroom. I wanted to have a separate bathroom because, let's face it, it's pretty weird to have just like a bathroom or like a toilet in the middle of the room with a curtain on. So I wanted to make that separate. But I couldn't fit room for a sink. Not in the kitchen and not, or the kitchen, the room thing, and not in the bathroom. So it was bugging me so much. I don't know. I ended up going for this really ugly sink, but it was the only one that kind of fit in because even though you could walk past some of the sinks like this one I have right now, when I placed it where I wanted to place it, it just looked clunky. Like, it just looked weird. I don't know why. But yes, for this one, I was struggling a lot with a lot of things. And I actually, before I mentioned I didn't raise anything, now that I think about it, I actually did raise the wardrobe, despite the fact that you don't really need a wardrobe because you can just click on your Sims. But, oh well, you learn from your mistakes, I guess. The only thing I couldn't make work was the sink. Not the sink, sorry, the bed. For some reason, I watched a million other YouTubers just raise the bed and put a desk underneath, which I would have loved to have done. But for some reason, when I put it up, my Sim couldn't access it. Even if it was just in the middle of nowhere raised, they couldn't access it. I don't know if I did something wrong, but I ended up spending so much time on it. I tried Googling, finding out if I was doing something wrong, but no, it just didn't work. So I ended up just having it down on the floor and then just not giving my Sim a desk. So for this build, the Sim doesn't have a computer. I thought that, I mean, you could use your phone in the Sims 4, you have the phone, so you can do anything from that pretty much. So I ended up just thinking that, okay, the Sims just gotta use their phone for internet surfing and whatever, because it was just, oh my god, 4x4. When I built the wall, I was sure, this is not gonna be a problem. It looks so big. But as soon as you put in the bed and you've realized all the things you need in a kitchen, you suddenly don't have that much to work with. And it was just, it's a really fun challenge, but wow, it is a challenge. Like, I really understand how this has become a challenge because it's not just something you do. It's not just like any other tiny home. 4x4 is not very big in the Sims world. So yeah, it's a really, I mean, you should try it. It's really fun, but it is really challenging, especially because if you watch other videos, it's really hard not just to copy them. Whereas I didn't, I tried to view as little as possible simply because I didn't want to end up just copying something because I had it in my mind. So this layout should be original. I mean, it's not that beautiful, but at least I did it on my own. But anyways, it was, oh my god, just this build took so long. It was just horrible. I mean, personally, I would never have a Sim live in this simply because I don't think it looks that good. But, I mean, as a building challenge for someone who just likes building like I do, it was a lot of fun. But I could not imagine playing a game with this because it's not even that much cheaper than a normal house would be, because you end up using these special items that, despite their price, they might fit in perfectly, but they're just really expensive or something. So yeah, I just see this as a building challenge. I would never use it, but it is on the gallery in case you want to see, in case you want to try it, to live in it. It is small, very small, and yeah, I mean, everyone has their taste. I personally would not want to live in it, mainly because it looks kind of claustrophobic, and I could just imagine having like constantly bump into everything, and it's just, yeah. Oh well. I got off on a tangent there. I don't like small spaces. Anyways, yeah, it was really fun to build, and I tried going for the pastel theme. It just didn't work out in the end because I had some items that I knew would fit perfectly in the theme, but they just didn't fit in, and yeah, I ended up going for a normal home. And as you can see here, it is cute from the outside, but inside it's a little bit more, yeah, neutral, I would say. And yeah, it was really hard, but it was really fun, and I would definitely recommend it for everyone who likes building, because it is a really fun challenge, but it is a challenge. So that was my 4x4 build. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I challenge everyone for this. It's really fun, really challenging, but thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope I will see you in the next video, and take care. Bye!